Okay, so the first point we'll look at is called the ascendant, point and house, I should say. So the ascendant represents our general approach to life. It's how we present ourselves as well. And it also represents our physical body. So as we go about our life as children and we grow up, we develop what's called personality. And this personality is what people see when they first meet us, I should say. And the best tarot card to represent this, in my opinion, is called the Fool. So as you can see in the photo, the Fool is on a journey somewhere. He doesn't know where he's going. He may encounter certain challenges and other things, but throughout the whole journey, it's a learning process. And that's what the ascendant is. It's all about putting ourselves out there. And the astrological sign Aries represents the ascendant. And Aries is all about the ram. So the ram likes to just get in there and do things. It's action and movement. And that's what the Fool's doing. He's taking action and moving through life. So that's the ascendant and the first house right there. Okay, so moving on to the opposite side of the chart, we have the descendant and the seventh house. And in this part of the chart, it describes how we do relationships. Now this is the opposite to the ascendant, where it's virtually about us and doing our thing. The descendant this time is about others and how we relate to people. And it includes friendships, marriages, and anywhere a partnership exists. And the best tarot card to represent this is, in my view, the Two of Cups. So as you can see in the image or photo here, we've got two individuals looking at each other. They're forming a connection. And the chalice or cup here represents that bond or that emotional connection as well. And the astrological sign that also represents this is Libra. And the sign of Libra represents the scales. So in order to do our descendant properly, or create positive relationships that are harmonious, we need to look at both sides of ourselves and others, just like a scale. And we need to create balance. And that's what Libra represents. And we do that by considering the other person, just like in the tarot card there. And that's the descendant. Okay, so moving down towards the bottom of the chart, we have what's called the IC, or the fourth house. So this part of the chart represents how we feel about ourselves, our overall self-esteem. And it also represents our family, our upbringing, and those experiences associated with that growing up. So normally the better our experiences are, or the more positive they are, the more positive our self-esteem will be. So they go in hand in some way. And metaphorically, I like to see this area of the chart as our roots that keep us up in life, just like the roots of a tree. And when the roots of a tree are strong and firm, the tree is better able to withstand whatever weather or whatever life throws at it. And it's a very similar idea with us as well. The better we understand our fourth house and the IC, the better we're able to understand how to cope in life as well. And the best tarot card which sums this up, in my opinion, is the Moon card. As you can see in the image or the photo, we have the moon there. So the moon represents our past, and it represents our emotional landscape, our past being our childhood. The sign of Cancer also represents this part of the chart quite well. So Cancer, the Cancer symbolism is the crab. The crab likes to carry its shell on its back, and normally when it has a nice secure shell, it feels safe. And that's what this area of our life represents, our safety and how we feel about ourselves and our overall experiences which create that. So that's the fourth house and the IC. Okay, so let's move towards the top of the chart, and we have what's called the MC and the 10th house. So this area of our natal chart represents our actions and our objectives in life. And for this reason, it represents our career and our vocation. And I like to see it as our potential, who we can become if we really put our mind to it, and how we're known. And you can think of this part of the chart as our tombstone, what we would be known for once we leave this earth. And it represents our profession, like I said. So whether you're a Hollywood actor or you're a mother of 3 children, it will show up here. And the tarot card which best describes this is known as the World card. So as you can see in the image, we have 4 symbols on every corner of the actual card, and they represent opportunities that we can go for if we put our mind to it. Now, the symbol of Capricorn is represented by a sea goat, and the sea goat has the ability to rise above emotional undercurrents. So the tail of the goat represents water, emotions, and the goat itself represents mountainous terrains. So leaving the emotional undercurrent and moving up towards the goal or objective that we're trying to achieve. That's what that symbol represents. So that's the MC and the 10th house. Okay, so there you have it, the 4 main cardinal houses and points of our astrological natal chart. As you can see, these areas of our life are the most important to us. Our sense of self, represented by the ascendant, our relationships, represented by the descendant, our self-esteem and how we feel about ourselves, represented by the IC, and our direction and goal in life or purpose, represented by the MC. And if we were to bring aspects into it, which I'll talk about in another video, we need to make sure that each of these areas of life are well balanced with each other. So for example, if we were to look at the ascendant and the descendant, if you were to spend too much time or too much energy on the ascendant part, where you're thinking about yourself and you're worrying too much about what you want, your relationships with other people and how you relate with others in general will suffer. And to fix that, you need to look at both areas. So you need to look at yourself and you need to look at others and make sure that each of these parts of the chart are balanced or fed. The same applies of our IC and our midheaven. If we're too much in our feelings or we're too much focused on the past, shown by the 4th house here, our ability to go out into the world and have purpose suffers. So we need to make sure that we address how we feel about ourselves or whatever past issues there have been, such as trauma, as well as address our future and where we want to go, the 10th house. And the same applies the other way around. If we focus too much on our career and too much on trying to be somebody without addressing the emotional circumstances or the family situation, then that area of life will suffer. So we, in the same way, need to balance both areas, our career life and our family life. Okay, well, that sums up today's video. If you really enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe and click the bell for future notifications. Feel free to also comment or ask any questions if you have any, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.